Hey, well done for finding this video. This is Go Battle Breakdown with Fish on a Heater. It's where we take a look at a single Go Battle League battle and break it down into little bits and pieces to see what we can learn from it and bring into our future battles, hopefully become better battlers as a result. If you like what you're about to see, just a really quick, easy thing you can do to help is click the like button. Just a single click helps the video get discovered. And with, someone who gets like 20 views per video like me, that's a big deal. That's going to help to kind of make this more worthwhile doing, which, everyone wins. So, if you could click that like button, that would be just your good deed done for the day. So, let's take a look at this Ultra League Remix battle with Machamp, Gengar, and Snorlax. I keep on forgetting what the team is. It's the same one every time. I don't know why I forget. Let's check it out. So, interesting. We've got the mirror match to begin. How do you work the Machamp mirror match? Let's check this out. There we go. Shadow and Shadow. So obviously simultaneous knockout, and if we scroll down, yeah, of course, all those scores kind of mirror each other, I think. Kind of. Oh well. Anyway, it's a tie in every even shield situation. So what do you want to do? Let's go to sandbox mode. What if, so we'll be number one here. What if we don't fire immediately? We get in that extra counter, then we try and fire. The trouble is with that one... Oh, okay. So we win that one. There we go. That's one option in your tool belt. Is not throwing immediately, trying to get in the sneaky counter, the extra counter. And I guess that... Oh, hang on. It's because they haven't shielded this one. So now we're back on even footing. And it looks like, yeah, they have snuck in their own counter there. So, I guess what happens if we can sneak in a counter and they can't manage to? Suddenly we are a counter ahead, we get to the cross chops earlier, and that makes a world of difference. So there's an option. If you know how to sneak in fast moves and cancel fast moves, then that's an option. Otherwise, what about just going straight counter? What happens there? We are gonna have to spend 2 shields to make that work. Oops, no, what did I do there? There we go. So we do win that one, but we've spent both shields, which is really not ideal. So the best option is to try and sneak in charge moves and deny their fast moves. Or you can do what I did. And that was to switch out. Which they did at the same time! Which is so funny. Yeah, we both had exactly the same idea, which was build up and try and catch a cross chop on a Pokemon that doesn't care about getting cross chopped. Now, they got the better of that switch out because the Armored Mewtwo does beat Gengar, but the advantage is that they have to now burn shields. So let's look at that matchup. Gengar versus Mewtwo. The armored variety. take it off sandbox mode. So it looks like as soon as they get hit by one Shadow Punch, they're gone. So, no, sorry, we're gone. No, okay, so I get very blank when this light's shining in my face for a long period of time. So, okay, we do get off one Shadow Punch. That's taking them down to 34 HP, but then they do finish us off with a Confusion there. So, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Confusions to take out the Gengar. That is 12 turns, and that is enough to get in 2 Shadow Punches. So, to maximize our output as the Gengar, we need to build up 2 Shadow Punches and then go for both. Yeah, that's really it. The only problem is them sneaking in their own fast moves, which if we look at sandbox mode, I bet they've done here. Yeah, when we throw the first Shadow Punch, they're mid-Confusion. So the 4th Confusion applies there, and then we actually, according to this, we wait 1 extra Shadow Claw before throwing the second. Interestingly, they do have a charge move ready, so they can fire that if they want to end things quicker and not have to burn a second shield. So I guess, interestingly, depending on their IVs, they might have to use a second shield. If they want to play it risky, they can not shield the second one, but then they're very farmable for the next Pokemon that comes in. For us, we have to throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, work up to the Shadow Ball, then throw the Shadow Punch. That's while their 4th Confusion is registering. And then throw another 3 Shadow Claws before getting to the second Shadow Punch. And see, I did the wrong thing there. I threw at the beginning of the Confusion. I needed to throw 1 more and then throw the Shadow Punch. Because now that's just a whole bunch of extra energy. But, luckily for us, they have used both their shields. They weren't confident that the Mewtwo could survive. Which I don't blame them, because like you could see how much the Shadow Claws were doing. Imagine how much a Shadow Punch would do. Like, you would expect it to KO from there. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if, like, this was a person who just got... Look at its CP. I'm just noticing that now. 2477. I reckon that's proof enough that the Mewtwo would not have survived a Shadow Punch. So now, what do we bring out? Obviously, so the Mewtwo has built up a lot of energy. How much has it built exactly? Two, 3, 4, 5. Six. So 6, that is 72 energy. So that is enough for the Dynamic Punch is 50 energy, Psy Strike's 45. So can only throw 1 charge move right now. Obviously, Psy Strike's going to one-shot the Machamp. Dynamic Punch is not going to one-shot the Snorlax, and the only other Pokemon we know they've got is the Machamp. So I'm thinking it's safe to just wear the Dynamic Punch on the Snorlax for now, rather than, you know, like we can take out the Machamp with our payback from here, but by the time we get to the payback, it's going to lose so much health anyway, and, you know, then we've just got really a bit of Machamp left, plus a Snorlax against their own Machamp, and we don't know what's in the back. Snorlax is definitely the better option there. Especially since our switch clock is not up yet. If it was up, if it was up, then we could potentially like throw in one and then quick switch to the other. But that's a risky game. So they do throw one more confusion, so they're up to 84. We see the Dynamic Punch doesn't take us down to half, which means we can survive a second one. And they throw Psystrike, which is weird. And then they switch out to the Machamp. Now this is good for us. This is very good, because we can now take that Machamp out in a couple of counters. We do lose a bit of HP ourselves, but we now get set up where we can threaten a lot of stuff in the meta with the energy that we're going to accrue here. Might just show that again. Yeah, you can just see it. So we are probably 2 counters away from a payback, which is enough to KO the Mewtwo. We still don't know what they've got in the back, but a lot of the meta is weak to counter. You got things like Ferrothorn, you got things like Regirock, which is like high up there. You've got things like Galarian Stunfisk, things like Mandibuzz and Neutral. Basically anything Ghost is, well, anything Ghost is not going to want to take a payback. So anything Ghost and Psychic, you're really liking this at the moment. The problem is, if something Ghost or Psychic does come in and we use that payback, then it's gonna take a bit too long to get to the next payback for the Armored Mewtwo. So we're still hoping for something that's weak to fighting in the back. But now we've got options. And perfect. Now, I threw 5 counters of extra farm before throwing the cross drop, because I wanted to make sure that I did get to that payback in time to KO the Mewtwo. I did that because I thought I was only one counter away from payback, and if that were the case, then I could have hit one counter and then thrown the payback before the next confusion of the Mewtwo registered. So no matter how low HP I was, I would have been able to get that last counter I needed and throw the payback without actually receiving any damage. I was actually 2 counters away, so that was a big mistake. What I should have done, just to make absolutely sure, is just let them throw the charge move. I've got 2 shields remaining. Just build up a little extra. Be absolutely sure. No harm in that. Cross chop KOs them. We do luckily get to the payback. They needed one more confusion to take out that Machamp, and we managed to survive. We win with 2 shields in hand, but with only like a 12th of a Pokemon left. So could have been played better. But really the main thing was just the throwing that cross chop just a tad too early. I think everything else was fine there. Look, I hope you learned from this video, and if you did, then we have a little Discord community called Pallet Town PvP. I will throw a link to the description below. It's basically a community where we aim to grow the numbers of people playing PvP, especially competitively, and educate people, help them get better. We want to all help each other get better at this game. I'll see you in the next video.